I was writing this in a very, very high-powered academic library. So it kind of around me, this atmosphere. And I've been there. You know, I spent 3 years of my life studying in Germany, and I spent 6 years teaching theology and biblical studies. And so I kind of, I feel the stuff. This first quest for the historical Jesus, and second quest for the historical Jesus, and third quest. And now it's probably dead, and someday there'll be a fourth quest. And this constant clawing of liberal, critical scholars to scrape away the incrustations of religious layerings and get back to the original, pristine, historical Jesus, not this one. I'm there. I know this. I wrote a chapter on it in the book that I don't expect any of you to read. But a few scholars might be interested to know, does he know what he's talking about here? It is hugely important that we recognize that there's only one Jesus who over the centuries has had weight and force and reliable clout in the world. Only one. The one of the Gospels. As soon as you try to recreate a Jesus for atheists, that's a book I read when I was in graduate school, or a Jesus for Marxists, or a Jesus for peacemakers, or whatever, and they're just selective, and they're cutting away layer after layer that they think was added on to make him more domestic. What you have is a very trendy, domesticated Jesus that will be gone in 20 years. He'll be gone. Those of you who've been old enough, long enough, and read books, you remember books like The Passover Plot. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of The Passover Plot. Okay, good. Good. Like 2%. But it was all the rage when I was a junior in college. Everybody read that book. And how Jesus slipped out of the cross and didn't go to the grave and went off and, oh man, everybody, woo, this is new. This is life-changing. It's gone. It's just gone. And Bart Ehrman will be gone. He will be. Take my word for it. He will be. Don't jump on those bandwagons. There is one Jesus who stays. The Jesus that you can put together from the documents as they stand. I really want to spare you a lot of misery here. I really do. Because if you get caught up in the academic effort to reconstruct another Jesus behind the text that we have, it will be fascinating. You'll just vibrate. You'll read a lot of cool books. You'll write about your Jesus who won't have all these things that this book says he has. And you'll get a little following and you'll die and meet him as he is. And your view will be forgotten. Just like that. So don't waste your life. Don't waste your life on that. So, who was he and what did he do that might make impossible obedience possible? And I'm going to get the answers just from this. I'm not going to try to weave my way down into some layering, like just beneath the layer to the oral tradition and just beneath the oral tradition to the pristine historical Jesus who... Back when I was studying, it was Rudolf Bultmann was the main, and he thought Jesus said about 6 things that we could say for sure. And he built the whole theology on that. You talk about speculation, like build a theology on 6 statements? That's going to be a lot of creativity. And it's going to be Bultmann's creativity, not Jesus. So I'm just going to answer the question, who was he?